Jakarta is Indonesia's most crowded city. Today, over 25 million people live in Greater Jakarta, and more than half of them live and work in the center. And the population keeps growing. Economic growth has not only led to overpopulation and major traffic jams, it has also led to a dramatic rate of land subsidence.
Jakarta is sinking, but I have to say that not the whole region of Jakarta is subsiding. There are several what we call cones of subsidence with very high rates, sometimes go up to 25 centimeters a year.
25 centimeters of land subsidence a year, it's a remarkable figure. What sea level rise is expected to do in other countries in 25 years, Jakarta is already facing today, due to land subsidence. At high tide, large parts of the city are already flooded. But that is not Jakarta's only problem. The city is built along 13 rivers and many canals. During a few days of heavy rainfall, the drainage of the rivers and canals cannot deal with the enormous amounts of water. When this happens, more than 70% of Jakarta is flooded. The sea level rise Jakarta should also take into account means even more water running in these houses. The start of a solution can be found in restoring the function of its canals and rivers. Because of all the waste, they only function at 30%. With the help of the Dutch and the World Bank, the canals are dredged and the riverbanks are being reinforced. But times have changed, and it's clear that just restoring the canals will not solve severe problems.
In a way, when we control the river, it's only we control the impact, not the source of the problem, not the causes. So actually, to solve the problem, we have to solve from the source, the causes of the problem, which is land use change. So we have to control the land use. So we have to control the space, how to regulate the space or the land use to make sure there's no additional flood discharge into the river, which will inundate the people downstream.
For Jakarta, it's clear something has to be done, as it cannot force these people to keep on building their houses higher and higher. Ways have to be found to manage the water and to stop rapid urbanization.
I believe that nowadays sharing and networking is a solution. Yeah, we can still learn. I can learn from you. You can learn from me. I believe always, and I think that's the nature of scientific endeavors, yeah? Always cooperating. Yeah?
That's where the water found its way in and actually drops down here and then connects underneath with the other channels we have seen. That's why we hear all this roaring.
The Dutch delta works are known by policymakers all over the world. Although the system is unique, in a few years it will no longer be adequate due to the sea level rise. To be prepared for the future, the government of the Netherlands established a committee to study the future threats and challenges. After a year, they presented their results to the Prime Minister. Pier Veilinga is a climate scientist who advised the committee on how to respond to future threats.
Zowel dus climate neutral and climate proof. Rotterdam has turned things around with respect to climate change. The ambition of the port and the city is to be climate proof, so to make sure that all climate change in water systems will not cause damage, but also climate neutral. Rotterdam wants to be the first climate neutral industrial area in the world.
An example of Rotterdam's current adaptation is creating surface water storage in the city, which can help during extreme rainfall. There are many initiatives for creating floating buildings, like this pavilion. Another goal is to build more and more green roofs, like the one on the city library.
The green roofs are very important because they slow down the runoff of rainwater to the sewer system. And we strongly believe that, a huge amount of green roofs is a good benefit and to slow down this runoff. That's the first advantage of a green roof. Another one is it also has a kind of isolating effect. So it's also energy saving. And it's also adding value to the attractiveness of the city. In each measure we want to take, and each development and adaptive strategy, we always are looking at the combination of solving the water problem at one time, at the same time adding value to the city.
A different view on climate change, not denying it and also not seeing it as a threat, but as an opportunity to make the city more attractive. Like all other coastal cities, Rotterdam believes that by working together, we can all face the global threats better.
Well, in New York, they face big problems now with the metro. What we can learn from New York, that even we should look at our metros, and they are not top either. I mean, so indeed you learn from each other. And what originally we had this idea, of course, in the Netherlands with our Hansje Brinkers, with the finger in the dike. We can tell others how to solve this, but we've become much more modest.
It's very important to exchange information on this issue. We all are facing a problem. We all are low countries and low-lying delta cities. So we all have to act, and it's very important to join forces.
Can you hear the water?
Obviously, adaptation costs money. The idea is that when we invest right now, we need to pay a little bit more than we used to. However, on the long term, we may see the benefits. I can put it differently. If we invest only in a few decades, then the investment will be much higher to adapt than if we do it right now. Urban developments and new infrastructure in the future, together with climate change, poses the challenge for spatial planners, water managers and financial institutions for together invest in adaptation.
Many delta cities realize the importance of adapting now. They are connecting to share experience and put adaptation theory into practice.